Hi everyone and welcome to the February edition of DroneBlocks Up in the Air. I'm your host Clinton Evans. Now this month we have an amazing episode for you. We're going to look at the story behind someone who built the fastest drone in the world, their title not mine. Then we're going to look at the CrazyFlie versus the Tello, a side-by-side comparison. Then I'm going to show you some of the new curriculum content that's just about to drop in a couple days, right before giving you the solution to last month's Zig Zag challenge and the simulator before giving you your February challenge. So that's a lot to go over, so let's jump right in. Now, Luke Maximo Bell. Oh my gosh, this was such a great video. I know it's 5 months old, but I really enjoyed watching it, and from an education point of view, watching the engineering design process unfold before my very eyes was so cool. Luke gives you a bit of backstory. Says, I wanted to break a record and build a very fast drone. And then you see Luke get the parts, do some builds together, do some test flights. Luke even gets his dad to help out by designing the frame. Then you see the frame gets 3D printed. So now one of the things that really jumped out at me that is so cool is the resilience. When you build something, your prototype's going to fail. So you build it, you test it, you improve it. And sometimes you just need that motivation to keep trying when you feel like, oh, I can't go on. You just push a little bit further. And it's great watching someone go through that whole journey. One of my favorite parts of the videos, I really like how Luke filmed the design process of putting the drone together. It's really cool watching people build drones. And speaking of building drones, the CrazyFlie has been taking off because it's our new flagship drone, and it comes in a kit set that educators get to build up with their students following the design process. You have your instructions, you build the drone, and then you start to fly the drone. Now that is our new flagship drone, so I thought I'd do a quick comparison between the CrazyFlie and the Tello. So here's our Tello, we'll get that to focus, and here's our CrazyFlie. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison between the two. Go. Now the most obvious is that the Tellos are discontinued, whereas the CrazyFlie is readily available with a long product roadmap and a dedicated team working on this drone. Now the flight times, the Tello has 10 minutes of flight time, the CrazyFlie has 7 minutes. But I wanted to point something out that is so cool. I put this on my digital scale. With the flow deck, it came to about 30 grams. Without the flow deck, it's about 26 grams. The Tello's battery weighs 26 grams. So the Tello's battery weighs the same amount as the CrazyFlie drone. That is just like... Now the other thing is the Tellos come with their guards. The CrazyFlie, you have to 3D print your own. Now you can do block coding and Python on both of them. But where the CrazyFlie really just takes it to the next level. Now on the Tellos, to fly in a circle, you have to use a curve block. There's the curve block one way for the first half of the circle, then the reverse for the second half, and the drone flies in a circle kind of with the camera facing forward the whole time. The CrazyFlie, one line to fly left at a 30 centimeter radius, and it actually flies in a perfect circle. The Tellos, if something happens to the drone, it's a bit expensive to repair. You need a soldering kit. You've got to have some electronic skills. You've got to be able to take it apart, repair it. The CrazyFlie, if the motor breaks, you get a new motor and you can replace the motor yourself. You can do this process fairly quickly. Now, in fact, your students are the ones who put the drone together in the first place, which means that they get to fix it. So that is such a cool learning opportunity. The CrazyFlie uses Bluetooth or a Crazy radio straight away. Now the Tellos, they take a few seconds to boot. The Tello connection process has always been a little bit cumbersome, but the CrazyFlie connection is just seamless. As far as the accuracy goes, the Tello drone has been known to have some issues with certain lighting conditions or floors too reflective. You have to do a bit of planning before to make sure that your environment is perfect for the Tellos, whereas the CrazyFlie have this dedicated flow deck underneath. It's very cool. In fact, there's a picture of the mat. It's next level. This is very sensitive. It is so accurate. It's really next level. So in summary, the CrazyFlie is our new and improved drone. It's really cool. Oh, and speaking of new and improved, in a few days, we have a new course about to drop. It is the DroneBlocks Simulator course where you're going to simulate quadruped robots. It is so cool. You get to load up the Go 1, the Go 2, even the H1. You put in a simulator. You can check out how the joints will move on each quadruped. You can run some Python code on each joint. It's a perfect follow-up to the Go 1 computer vision and the Go 1 motor control lessons by Gabe. In fact, Gabe is the instructor of the new course. So keep your eyes open in your inbox. Check out for the new drop of that course. It's just around the corner. And I love that you're now able to simulate quadrupeds, because sometimes you might have one robot in the classroom and 20 students all eager to learn, and you've got to keep all 20 engaged at the same time. Now they can all jump on the simulator, work on their code, and then when they get a turn on the robot, they've done their joint manipulations and tested the torque and done all the cool stuff. And you as an educator, you don't have to zigzag between students trying to keep them all engaged. And speaking of zigzag, how did you get on with the Zig Zag challenge from January? Did you get your drone in the simulator to fly in a zigzag using logic? Well, here's my solution. Now, I've got a variable called count set to 0, and then I have length, which is 20. So for 10 times in a loop, I'm just going to say if count is even, fly right, and that's using the XYZ block, and the Y at minus 20 is to the right, and of course positive 20 is to the left. So if the number is even, you fly right. Else, if it's not even, which means it can only be odd, fly left. And then our count changes by 1 after each loop. So let's run this code and let's just see what happens. Now I've actually got count up on the screen, so you can see count when it's 0 is even. Then when it goes to 1, becomes odd, 2, even, 3, odd. And I'm just going to speed that up real quick. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic. And yes, 0 to 9 is 10. That's a computer's count starting at 0. So that's your challenge. Hopefully you did something very similar. Now, your challenge for February is I want you, being a leap year, yes, we have it 29th of February, I want you to get your drone to leap like a frog in the simulator. Pick any simulator you like, have the drone fly forward and then do some leaps. So, see how you get on with that. Save your code, put it in the forum. Can't wait to see what you get. And that takes us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed anything or learned something new, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the DroneBlocks channel so you never miss an episode. So until next time, keep your drones in the air, your students engaged, and have fun.